want you to show me how to get to know.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I've got Nadia with me as my model. I was doing her makeup and thought what a perfect opportunity to film this look. So this look has already been uploaded on my channel before, but because Nadia requested it, I thought it would be a good idea to show you a makeup look that I've done on myself before on somebody else. So to prime, I used the Benefit Porefessional primer, and I'm using for eye makeup base my Inglot eye makeup base in number 1, and just setting that with the RCMA translucent powder. For eyeshadow, I'm using my Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm using Burnt Orange and Raw Sienna on the A10 brush by Anastasia, and I'm using those two shades as my transition shade. And then going in with the Anastasia double-sided brush that comes in the Modern Renaissance palette, I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills Glitter Truffle and just patting that onto the skin and then blending out the edges. Grabbing Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Fringe, I'm using a Inglot flat brush to apply that to the inner corners and blend it into the colour Glitter Truffle. And then grabbing my Zoeva Cool Spectrum palette on the fluffy side of the Anastasia palette, I'm using the black shade to smoke out the edges. And then grabbing my Zoeva 228 Luxe Crease brush, I'm just blending out the edges so that there are no harsh lines. Now grabbing Loose Glitter by NYX, which is in the shade Taupe, and my Ardell Lash Glue, I'm patting on the glue with my finger and then tapping on the glitter also with my finger. And for gel liner, I'm using Motif's gel liner in Little Black Dress with a dot of Duraline and my favorite Inglot eyeliner brush and creating a wing. For mascara, I'm using Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and I'm applying a generous coat to the lashes. For eyebrows, I'm using Benefit's Ka-Brow in the shade number 3, and I'm starting at the bottom and filling in the gaps and then moving in towards the top of the brow.
It's terrifying, it's terrifying. And how will we ever know?
As you can see, Nadia has a lot of gaps in her brows, so I used the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Soft Brown to fill in those gaps and create hair-like strokes. For lashes, we're using two pairs today, W376 and W376S, and I've double stacked them to create a very full and wispy effect. Moving on to the face, I'm using Inglot's Makeup Fixer Spray before foundation, and then I'm going in with two foundations today, the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Liquid Foundation in 117 and Anastasia Stick Foundation in the shade Warm Natural. And I've applied the Makeup Forever Liquid Foundation with the brush and blending it out with the Beauty Blender. I'm now applying the ABH foundation to the areas that you would usually contour, as it is a bit darker than the Makeup Forever foundation, and I'm just blending that out with the damp Beauty Blender. For concealer, I'm using Bye Bye Under Eye by IT Cosmetics and the shade Light, and I'm applying it under her eyes, the center of her forehead, bridge of her nose, Cupid's bow and chin, and just blending that out with the damp Beauty Blender also. And then we're going to bake using the RCMA translucent powder. Now Nadia has very oily skin, so I'm going to bake all the areas that I concealed, as this really works well with her skin type. She realizes that when I do this, she doesn't tend to oil as much. For contour, I'm using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Toast, and I'm just baking under that. And I use the Face Shaper brush to blend it out on the cheeks by Zoeva. I will list all the products that I use and tools in the description box. For the brow bone area, I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sun Dipped Glow Kit and Brow Gel in Clear by Anastasia for her brows. Now just dusting away the excess powder from the baking using a small brush by Nutrimetics. This is a blush brush, but I love it for this purpose. And also using the same brush with the Benefit Hoola Bronzer to bronze up the face. To contour, I'm using my ABH contour kit in light to medium, and I'm applying the first two shades to the hollows of her cheeks. And I'm using the Benefit bronzing brush to contour her nose, Now I went over it with the Beauty Blender with the side that has a powder on it just to make it look more natural, the contour. For blush, I'm using my all-time favorite Clinique Precious Posy on a Inglot blush brush. And for highlight, we're using, of course, the Anastasia Sun Dipped Glow Kit with the A23 brush. I'm using Summer and Moonstone to highlight the highest points of her face. Now to finish off the eyes, I'm using the ABH Glitter Truffle Eyeshadow on the double-sided brush by ABH. I'm just applying that to the lash line. And then grabbing the black shade from the Zoeva palette on a Morphe G28 definer brush, applying it as close as possible to the lashes. I'm going to fill her waterline using the Motives Gel Liner on the same eyeliner brush that we used before. To highlight her inner corners, I'm using the Colourpop Super Shock eyeshadow in Fringe and Moonstone by ABH. To moisturize her lips, I'm using the Nutrimetics Nutri Rich Oil. And for lip products, I'm using Stripped by ABH, Papaya by Jouer, and Essence Lip Liner in Satin Mauve. And to set all that, I've applied the Makeup Fixer Spray by Inglot. And I'm going in with mascara for her bottom lashes. This is a Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And that completes the look. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to my channel if you're new. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!